The truth about the Cleveland Cavaliers is definitely out there now, as reports, season previews, and more have come out about Cleveland simply telling one thing, and we are going to talk about exactly what that one thing, that truth about the Cleveland Cavaliers is. Hey everybody, Billy BB back with you on Cavs Digest. We thank you for joining us today and all the videos you may have watched with us here on Cavs Digest. Isaac Okoro, freshly signed. We went over that contract, why that was a steal for the Cavaliers, why they robbed the NBA on that one. Other extensions we discussed, drama on Team USA. We really tracked the Isaac Okoro signing. So if you like a storyline, if you want all the information on something that's happening, this is the place to be with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We tracked that Isaac Okoro signing all the way to the bitter end and then reviewed it. Perfect. Best thing you can do, subscribe. You'll get all that info sent to you right away. Today, we're talking about the truth behind the Cleveland Cavaliers, who just about have their roster set. They made those signings. Isaac Okoro is back. The other extensions for Donovan Mitchell, for Evan Mobley, for Jarrett Allen. They bring in Luke Travers and Amani Bates and JT Thor on two-way deals. They have shored up this team. Marcus Morris today signs with the Knicks, so he will not be a part of the Cavaliers. It's go time. This team is set, and thus you kind of get those season previews, those season reviews. There was one done on NBA.com that we're going to take a look at what was revealed there, and I believe it's the truth. It's the reality of what is happening with the Cleveland Cavaliers as they are just a few months away from the season. Less than, I believe, 2 weeks from Media Day, and then they leave immediately to Bradenton, Florida for training camp, which we will go over later on. The Cavaliers, of course, did change head coaches in Kenny Atkinson. That's notable. That's really the only change they made, which we will jump into that and more. So let's go over the report we're talking about on NBA.com by Sean Powell. Kind of going through things. How far can the Cavs go? That was the final part of it. We'll eventually break down this report in all of its entirety. I mean, it was so many sections that there was to kind of take a look at. So rather than make wholesome changes this offseason, the Cavs made a statement with their wallet. Mitchell, Mobley, Allen all signing extensions. Cavs are going forth with the same group and the same thinking that when they are a healthy team, for a change, will rattle the cage in the East and be better than you think. That's what I like to hear from Sean Powell of NBA.com. If the Cavaliers can stay healthy, stay together, round 3 of this group in the playoffs should be able to make some noise, should be able to do some things. And that's the truth. Many think they're the same bum team, throw them back out there. They're going to do the same old, bounced in the first or second round. Powell doubling down and saying, hey, the Cavaliers want to go for it. The Cavaliers want to keep a squad that they've had together for a few years now, bring them back, and they think they can make some noise, and that's kind of their philosophy. And, of course, they add Kenny Atkinson to make that true. You didn't want to change the roster. I understand that, but you want to feel like something is going to be different with this team? Perfect. Change the coach. A fresh voice talking every day. A complete change in the coaching staff, I believe. I don't think they kept anybody. So you get a fresh voice there on the daily. New philosophies, new things you're going to try. If you're a guy like Jarrett Allen, you've been in the NBA for many years. Okay, I think he's coming up on 8 years. He's been here a while. You want to try something new. You want to be used in a different way, especially even the past couple years you've been in Cleveland. It'd be nice to get it mixed up. For Evan Mobley, you want to have a coach that feels like he can progress you as a scorer and a defender. It seemed like Bickerstaff was focused on defense and then Darius Garland. So if you can get that focus there. Mitchell, he needs to feel like this group around him is going to come with him, right? So again, Atkinson can do that. The Cavaliers, and we've talked about it all offseason, they are keeping this group together to give it one last try, and I do believe it's one last try, to try and make some noise in the East. And a new coach, I feel personally, and I know a lot of people feel, could do that. There's been a lot of good things said about Kenny Atkinson in pertaining to this group, which I'm excited to see them get out and get after it. I think it's going to be a really big year for the Cavaliers. You got multiple storylines within this year. Darius Garland needs a big year. Jarrett Allen needs to prove he's a viable part of this team. Isaac Okoro needs to earn the contract he just got. Mobley, the extension he just got. Mitchell needs to remain happy one way or the other. I mean, it is a big year. That's the way to describe it for the Cavaliers. So I think that's the truth. And I think that's a great description of the Cavs as far as how far they can go from Sean Powell is, hey, they're together again. They changed some minor things up, and they're going to try and cause some noise. Now, sticking with the Cavaliers, sticking with talking about the Cavaliers, Media Day, September 30th, we're going to have some terrific coverage here on Cavs Digest. You're going to want to subscribe. We will be there. Clips, videos, everything going on. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for that. That's very exciting. Once the Cavaliers are done, they will immediately leave and go to Bradenton, Florida for training camp. Yes, training camp is in Florida. Again, when you've had the same group together, you got to mix it up. Kenny Atkinson is no stranger to that. He doesn't mind mixing up, trying new things. I mean, he's been coaching the international French team, so I'm sure it's no problem for him to take his squad down to Florida to kind of change the vibes a little bit, getting the season going, but still keeping that camaraderie. So, Bradenton, Florida, IMG Academy. I believe you know LaMelo Ball went there, and in high school, that was one of his high schools. This is big. They're mixing it up. When you got the same group back, the same group doing the same thing, you got to mix it up, and that's what the Cavaliers are doing. So September 30th, you want to subscribe. I mean, we hear from Koby Altman at this. We hear from Kenny Atkinson at this, Donovan Mitchell. I want to salute Donovan Mitchell again because, working a little bit in media myself, I have heard the stories that Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, even some guys you wouldn't expect, obviously LeBron James, but some guys like Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson, as vocal as they can be and fun as they can be, they're vets. They don't want to do media day. Mitchell absolutely has done it. He's entering that year 8-9 range, and he doesn't mind sitting down with the media, giving his opinion, and he's had to kind of with contract things and whatnot, but it still is one of those situations where the Cavaliers are going to mix things up, and they're going to have a great media day, so we're going to have all that coverage for you before they go to Bradenton, Florida. IMG Academy is where their training camp will be. Drop down to the comments. Let us know what you think. Is this the truth? We've looked at it multiple times. Is this it? How far can the Cavaliers go making some noise in the East? Is that how far you think they can go? What player will help them do that? What do you think about the Isaac Okoro signing? Go back and watch that video and more here on Cavs Digest.